In this video, we will be talking about how to turn around an organization. I am Prabhakar Singh, ex-DG CPWD, ex-advisor to Government of Andhra Pradesh in the rank of Cabinet Minister. I am having my own experience of turning around an organization which was of all India size. In every nook and corner, its offices were there. About 40,000 people were working in this organization, directly or indirectly. This organization, CPWD, was on the verge of closure. The workload was about 10,000 crore, and there was no way that it could come out of its own weight. It is a 165-year-old organization having its own rules and regulations and procedures. Due to its own history and methods of working, it was getting outdated, and it was not possible to continue this organization. So a decision was taken to wind it up. I, as a DG, joined in July 2017. I thought that why not give a chance to this organization and try to turn it around. You will not believe it that by multi-pronged actions which we took, the organization was turned around within a year's time, and its workload increased from 10,000 crore rupees to about 2,50,000 crore rupees. That is about 25 times. We may say it is 2,500% growth. Looking at the size of the organization, its complexity, and its expands all over India in different geographical region. This kind of growth in such a short time is perhaps the first of its kind in the entire history of management. In this series, I'll try to talk on various aspects of practical experience of turning around. You may see that millions of organizations day in and day out are closing down due to various reasons. 90% of startups close down within their first year itself. More than 20% of total organization of world close down every year. What are the reasons? I'll go into those things one by one. First aspect which I'll be discussing in this program is HR. The HRD, the Human Resource Development, is the most important thing which we should consider. When I joined the department in the year 1982, there was a junior engineer who was working with me. He was almost of my father's age. He was reporting to me. He said that it takes about 28 years time in any junior engineer to get promoted to the next higher level of assistant engineer. Tears was in his eyes when he explained that he had problems in marrying his daughter off because of his non-promotion. Wherever he goes, people talk about the acute stagnation he is facing, or maybe the social stigma he is carrying because of that. That scene I could never forget. When I became DG, the first thing I did was to look at the plight of junior engineers who were taking more than 20 years of time in getting promotion. And believe it or not, within few months I was able to sort it out with all kinds of constraints in government functioning, the rules, regulation, and the delegation of powers. They are very limited in which you can do. But within that constraint, I was able to solve this problem. And the length of time from 28 years, I brought it down to 6 years. And I had further programmed to bring it down to 3 years, which I could not do because my tenure was very short as DGCPWD. Some of the people who confide with me, they say that many of the junior engineers are so excited, they're so happy that they could not believe that this will ever happen with them in this organization. Some of them in their houses where they worship, the place of worship or temples, small temples which they have in their corner of house, they have placed a photograph of mine and they worship me. Because although I don't like it, but this is the kind of respect people carry when you take care of them. Once you take care of your people, people will take care of your organization themselves. This is the common saying, and I really believed it. So, this is the one example of career planning, career progression, and promotions, which I am telling you. Same thing I did at every level, and there was a sense of belongingness suddenly in the organization, and people started working day and night, thinking that if they contribute to the good of the organization, they will be promoted, they will be rewarded. This is one aspect on which everybody should work. Next thing I did was on skilling. Skilling is the most important part of any organization. Over the years, we were doing the same work with the same technology, with the same rules and regulations, with the same tools, but that was not enough in changing scenario. Every day the world changes, new things come up, new aspirations, new likings, new technology, new methods of working. And being in government, it was very difficult to change because it works on the principles of precedence. But the real world does not work on the principle of precedence. Every day is new, every day is a challenge. Once I met the cabinet secretary at his residence. He said, Prabhakar, whenever you say your people come in large numbers and they change the entire horticulture system here, but I think that they are not nimble, they need training, because with only small number of flowers with good design, you can really make the place beautiful. Then I started a special course for gardeners, the Malis. They were very happy for the first time. The gardeners are also being looked after and some training is being given to them, and the result was fantastic. The same kind of skilling work I did at every level, right from bottom to top. For contractors, workers also, the skilling, the unskilled people who were working with them, a program was started to skill them. At least 30% of unskilled workers with a contractor were trained and a skilling certificate was issued to them. This increased their skill, efficiency, employability, and their earning. The issue of worker welfare was also taken up. The people who were working at site, the shelters for them were also made adequate for them so that their families working at such places are more comfortable and their output enhanced. The Officers Welfare Wives Association was requested to do the welfare work at site. They opened creches for the children of the workers. The daycare centers were opened, and some educational work were also done, like opening of swimming classes, etc. For those people. Since this organization was having multiple skills, civil, electrical, electronics, architecture, horticulture, etc. So specialization in every field was very important. Only in electrical field there were about 40 specializations. But at the same time there was a unified command. So everybody was supposed to know a little bit of other field, but this kind of training was not there. So training policy was made, and the people were taught about other fields, like civil engineers were taught about electrical engineering, and electrical engineers were taught about civil engineering, so that on field they will be able to take routine decisions about other fields because they were responsible for it. For improving the skill, I started different kinds of seminars on technical subjects. Experts from outside were also called, but more importance was given to the insiders to present their papers, think aloud about the work which they are doing. Many people who had forgotten reading and writing, they started working on computers for the first time and presenting their presentations, which was really good for the entire organization, and everybody got involved in improving their skills, their communication ability. So these seminars were never held earlier. These seminars were organized at all India level. On the average, one seminar at central place, mostly at Delhi, was organized, and people started writing papers, doing research in their work, and contributing towards the improvement of the organization. The concept of quality circle also came very handy. The brainstorming sessions were held, and people from all walks of life, all people who are connected with the organization at various levels, were invited to give their views free for all without any restriction, and that was the thing which improved the organization very well. So friends, today we close here, and in the next session we'll be taking up the issues on other aspects of turning around of any organization. I request you all to kindly subscribe this channel, share, follow and make this talk more lively in future. Thank you.